Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a beautiful day to dive into some seriously intense soap drama. We are breaking down everything that happened on today's episode, and let me tell you, it is an absolute roller coaster of emotion. So grab a snack, get comfortable, and let's just get straight into the madness that is happening right now. So let's start with what went down at the Cliff House today, because wow, Deacon just went for it. He literally just pulled out a ring and proposed to Taylor. And honestly, it was so fast. Like whiplash fast. We all knew that Deacon and Taylor were getting close and that things were moving in a really positive direction for them since he finally got Sheila out of his life. But a proposal? Already? It just feels like someone hit the fast forward button on this relationship. But there he was, down on one knee, giving this big, grand, romantic speech. And you could tell he meant every single word of it. Deacon is really trying to prove that he is a changed man, that he wants a legitimate life, and that Taylor is the woman he wants to spend the rest of his days with. He wants to be the man she deserves. And Taylor was just completely blindsided. You could see the absolute shock on her face. She was not expecting this at all. And watching this, you just have to wonder what is going through her head. Because if you really think about it, Taylor is sitting there listening to this man pour his heart out, and she has to know in the back of her mind that this is the exact same man who was just married to the woman who literally shot her and left her for dead. I mean, it is just so crazy when you say it out loud. Taylor is considering marrying Sheila Carter's ex-husband. What were they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? But at the same time, Taylor really does love Deacon. You can see it. She wants this to work. She wants to be happy, and she wants to believe that they can just ride off into the sunset together. So she is standing there, looking at the ring, looking at Deacon, and she is just so torn, but also so swept up in the romance of it all. I really think she is going to say yes. I mean, she might hesitate, she might ask if he is really serious, but ultimately she is going to get caught up in the moment and accept. And maybe there is a behind-the-scenes reason for this rushed proposal, too. We know from a few episodes ago in the news online that Sean Kanan recently had some serious medical issues. He had to have spinal surgery to clear out a blood infection, which is terrifying. The fans on social media have been so worried about him. So maybe the writers are rushing this huge milestone for Deacon and Taylor just in case they need to write Deacon off for a little while so Sean can recover. It makes sense, right? Give them a happy moment, maybe a quick wedding, and then send them off on a honeymoon so the actor can heal. But whatever the reason, it is happening, and it is going to cause massive shockwaves. Because you know who is not going to handle this well? Sheila. But we will get to her in a minute. Let's shift gears and talk about Monaco. Oh, Monaco. It is supposed to be this beautiful, romantic, perfect trip for Steffi and Finn. And for a second, it really was. They finally had their big reunion outside the church, and it was gorgeous. The scenery, the emotion, it was all there. It was a total callback to 2022 when they reunited at that exact same church after Steffi thought Finn was dead. The show really wanted to give us that magical, nostalgic feeling again. But honestly, it is so hard to enjoy it this time around. It is just so frustrating because the whole time they are hugging and smiling and talking about their love, we as the audience know the truth. We know that this entire reunion is built on a massive, ticking time bomb of a lie. So, let's back up and talk about Finn. Finn is an idiot. A complete and total idiot. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. What is he doing? A few episodes ago, we saw Sheila sneak onto his commercial flight because his mom Lee accidentally left her laptop open with his flight details. And instead of causing a scene, instead of getting security, instead of doing literally anything smart, Finn tried to negotiate with Sheila. He actually sat next to his psychotic, murderous birth mother and tried to make a deal with her. He told her that if she just stayed quiet and got on a flight right back to Los Angeles as soon as they landed, he wouldn't tell Steffi she was ever there. He promised to keep her a secret. He trusted Sheila. Let that sink in. He trusted the woman who shot him and his wife in an alleyway to keep a promise. It is just mind-boggling. How can a doctor be this incredibly naive? He really thought he could just manage Sheila and keep Steffi in the dark and everything would be fine. And of course, Sheila did not get on a plane back to LA. Of course she didn't. She is Sheila Carter. She is completely delusional and obsessed. So while Finn and Steffi are having this beautiful, magical reunion at the church, Sheila is literally lurking in the shadows. She is standing right there, watching them. It is so creepy. It makes your skin crawl just watching her spy on them like that. Sheila promised Finn she would leave, but she just couldn't resist sticking around to prove that she is the ultimate troublemaker. She thinks she belongs in this family. She actually believes that if she just pushes hard enough, Steffi will eventually break down and accept her. It is a level of psychosis that is just exhausting to watch sometimes, but you also can't look away. And this is all leading up to a massive disaster, because the episode makes it very clear that Steffi's little romantic bubble is about to burst in the worst possible way. After the church, Steffi is out on the beach. She is probably looking at the ocean, thinking about how perfect her life is, thinking about how much she loves Finn, and thinking about how they are finally free of the drama. And then she is going to see her. Steffi is going to look down the beach and see Sheila Carter standing there in Monaco. Can you even imagine the shock, the sheer, absolute terror and rage that is going to course through Steffi's veins? She flew halfway across the world to get away from this woman and to do business, and Sheila followed her. But the worst part, the absolute worst part of this entire thing, is not just that Sheila is there, it is that Finn knew. When Steffi confronts Sheila on that beach, and you know it is going to be a screaming match for the ages, the truth is going to come out. Sheila is not going to keep Finn's secret. Why would she? Sheila loves to cause chaos. She is going to tell Steffi that she flew over on the exact same plane as Finn. She is going to tell her that Finn knew she was there and that he tried to hide it. And that is going to break Steffi's heart. Steffi has been so clear, so incredibly strict about her boundaries with Sheila. She told Finn over and over again that he cannot have any contact with her, that he cannot give her an inch. And what did he do? He gave her a mile. He sat next to her on a plane and made a secret pact with her. Steffi is going to view this as the ultimate betrayal. Honestly, I don't know how their marriage survives this. I really don't. Steffi is already dealing with so much stress from Hope and Brooke at work, and now her husband is actively lying to her to protect the woman who tried to murder them. It is just a mess. A huge, messy, chaotic disaster. And what is Sheila's end game here? We know from some of the rumors floating around online and the timeline of events that this Monaco trip might end in a literal cliffhanger. There is talk that Steffi might have a terrible accident, maybe a fall, and that Sheila might actually be the one to save her, only to fall into the ocean and go missing herself. If that happens, it changes everything. If Sheila saves Steffi's life, how can Steffi keep hating her? It is the classic soap opera redemption arc, but I just don't know if the fans are ready to forgive Sheila for everything she has done. But for right now, we just have to brace ourselves for this beach confrontation. It is going to be explosive. Steffi is going to lose her mind, Finn is going to look like a complete fool, and Sheila is going to stand there with that smug, terrifying smile on her face. So yeah, that is where we are at. Deacon is proposing to Taylor in LA, setting up a massive war when Sheila eventually finds out that her ex is marrying her worst enemy. And over in Monaco, Finn's stupid, cowardly lies are about to blow up in his face and ruin his marriage. It is exhausting, it is frustrating, but let's be real, it is exactly why we watch this show. We love the drama, even when it makes us want to throw our remotes at the television. I am going to need a stiff drink after this week's episodes, that is for sure. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Is Taylor making a huge mistake? Is Finn the dumbest husband on daytime television right now? I mean, probably, but we will see how it all plays out tomorrow.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.